You have a match coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
That's just like 2 weeks away or so.
Yeah. That's about 10 days.
Who's
11 days.
Who's this great opponent that we have to deal with?
Yes. So the first round, it's an 8-man tournament, and my first match is going to be a young up and comer.
Yeah.
Named Pat Shahgholi. Yeah.
Now, this is interesting because I heard about this dude a few weeks ago, and then somebody showed me a clip while I was in the gym, and I just cringed because this young guy who's talented, right? And he seems like a viciously good competitor, but he just likes to break people. And this is the type of stuff that makes people scared of jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? So I mean, what are your thoughts on him as a competitor?
Yeah, so I do think that he's really young. He has a lot of time to definitely make a name in the sport. I don't know. It's a fine line in competing, because the problem is if you don't go to like break the person's limb, like if you try to apply it slowly in that second and a half or 2 seconds that you're applying the submission, that's when the person can escape.
Yes.
Right. But I do think that there is a way to crank on the submission and finish it while still maybe giving the person time to tap.
Is that how you go about things when you compete?
I would say, yeah. I definitely am going to go hard for the submission. I'm going to fully extend the submission at a fast rate of speed. But there's going to be a split second where you're going to have time to tap before I'm going to go to actually break the limb.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in the rules, right? Or that
I would say he is well in his rights to attack submissions like that. And there are other adult competitors that also attack submissions like that.
Yes.
Me personally, I would not. I would prefer, if I could choose between submitting a guy and him tapping, or submitting a guy and him being injured and having to get surgery or whatever, I would choose to submit him without the injury. Yeah. I think if you could give Pat those two options, he would prefer to injure the guy. I think that he likes that, because then he can post about it and say, look, I tore this guy's ligaments, because he's a 16-year-old kid. He is beating, grown men. There's something to say for that. And, there is some hype behind him for that reason. But I personally wouldn't want another grown man who's going to go home to his wife and kids and has to go to work the next day to have to get surgery because I tore his ACL. Now, if I'm going to apply the submission and I'm going fast and he has that time to tap, that split second, and he doesn't tap, I'm also going to go to break the limb as well, but I would prefer if the guy would tap so that he wouldn't have to, injure himself like that.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen the clips and I've seen a lot of comments. The rough thing is he is 16 years old. You're talking a little off air, but when you're 16, you don't necessarily think ahead. I mean, what is it? The prefrontal cortex that's not fully developed. Like you don't think long term. And
I think it's got another 10 years.
I was just gonna say that.
You don't
Something
think,
like that.
Yeah, and it's rough for you to think long term about other people. Power Project family, how's it going? So no matter what diet you're on, or no matter what supplements you take, it's necessary as you get older to know what's going on under the hood. That's why I've partnered with Merrick Health. They're the premium telehealth clinic owned by Derek from More Plates, More Dates, and we have a panel that will allow you to get all of your labs done and checked in a super easy fashion. Andrew, how can they get it?
Yeah, you guys got to head over to merrickhealth.com/power project. That's MAREK health.com/power project. And at checkout, enter promo code power project to save $101 off of this comprehensive panel. Links to them down in the description, as well as the podcast show notes.
How did they choose the fighters for this next Fight Pass?
They contacted me. They texted me. I've been competing on UFC Fight Pass a lot because I used to do the Submission Underground shows that were on UFC Fight Pass. So I've always had a pretty good relationship with UFC Fight Pass. I was the UFC Fight Pass Male Athlete of the Year for 2 years in a row.
Oh shit!
So so they personally contacted me, and then I don't know how they chose the other ones. They're all really high level guys. Pat, my first opponent, Pat. He had a good performance on that last EBI, and he kind of like went viral with the way he cranked the guy's heel. So I think that's how they got him in, is from seeing him on the last EBI. And then the other guys like Nicky Rod, Andy Verrell, they all competed at ADCC. They're all like, other like really high level black belts. So yeah, it's a stacked bracket.
And what's the deal with Gordon on that right now?
Yeah, so Gordon is going to be in the main event competing against Vinny Magalhaes, who He actually, Vinny, I believe, is the last person that beat Gordon. It was a while ago, but yeah, he's the last one that I think has a win over Gordon. So Gordon wanted to avenge that loss. So that's going to be on the main event. And then I'm pretty sure whoever wins the tournament would probably get the next match, right? It would make sense. So hopefully that would be next.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you like this clip, go ahead and comment down below and let us know what you liked about it. All right. Share this with a friend. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also, we are on Reddit and Discord. All that's down below. All our sponsors and everyone that supports us down below there too. So you can get whatever you like from us. All right. Peace.